Alright guys, I just picked this 07 LTR 450 up last night. Guy had it posted up for about a month and he wasn't getting any bites. He had it listed at 3,500 bucks. I mean, for a 450, those things are going for like 4, 5, 6. I was all like, well, let me go at least check it out. I thought he was close by. It turned out he was 40 minutes away rather than list 20, but definitely worth the score. I had previously looked at a LTZ 400, needed some work. I was hoping to get it cheap, but guy wouldn't budge on the price, so I kicked rocks and found this gem. It should clean up nice. Got a couple issues. Main issue is it needs some tires, at least in the front, but I'm just gonna go ahead and I don't know, probably replace all 4. I don't know, we'll see what the budget has in it for it. Those Pro Armor bars, I don't know if they were black or they were spray painted. I don't know what's going on with those. They're definitely looking pretty hideous. So we'll see if we can just take those off, or we'll figure this all out. But it's got let's go check under the seat here. If I can get this off one-handed. Might have to put you guys down. It's got like the pre-filter in here, and then it's got, I think, a uni filter in here. It's one of the cheap ones that you put in there. Yeah. So I'll probably need to get a new one of those. And then this is just a pre-filter there. A little dead bug on there or something. But she's not in too bad shape. Looks like it's got, it says 129 hours on there. I'm not sure if that's legit or not, so I'm not going to take that into account that that is the actual hours on it. It could be. I don't know if those came with that on there, but overall not a bad bike. Cosmetically, plastics are good. I mean, there's some, imperfections. I did clean this part of the fender up right here. Cleaned up pretty good. It's a little sun faded. I think it's just a little oxidized. We cleaned that up. So the biggest issue is the steering stem is bent. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is definitely leaning this way. So I found one on online for, I think it was like 88 bucks. It's just a chromoly one. Everything else was like $200, $300, $400 for like a Lone Star or anything like that. So I just went with the basic. It looks like he's got some sort of like retinol aftermarket setup on here to, put the skinnier handlebars on. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to replace those as well. But I'm going to go with the stem first and see how everything else is. Stuff for this bike, just like the KFX 450, it's kind of pricey. So we'll get that changed. I ordered new bushings for the upper and lower part of the stem. And then we'll have to get some new tires for the front, because these ones are definitely, they're not going to last. I'm surprised they're holding air. Custom exhaust, well, I shouldn't say custom, but aftermarket exhaust. Let's see what we got on there. We got a Motorworks SR4 four-stroke racing system, and then I know we have the little I was looking through it, so we have the little cherry bomb up here, if you guys can see that. So that's the little cherry bomb for that exhaust. Overall, she's a fast bike. After riding the TRX 450, the Honda, I like this one better. It's just, I don't know, it seems more stable, more solid. So we're gonna clean this one up, and we'll see what we're gonna do with it. The only thing I don't, these engines, I hate how they sound like that. They're knocking. Every 450 has sounded like that. It throws me off every time. cleaned up for now. I do have a decal kit coming. She does look a lot better, but it's still kind of, got that like faded look. So the decal kit will definitely brighten her up, bring back some gloss and shine. And then we'll go ahead and I'm gonna paint these up black, probably the front bumper black again. Touch that up silver. That kind of came off with the power washer. Need to find a new skid plate. And I'll touch up the frame. That kind of deteriorated quick. Maybe we could touch that up. We'll see. But overall, I mean, I'm not gonna keep her. I'm definitely gonna sell her. This bike just isn't to my standards that I would keep it. And I'm not too sure I'm all hyped up for the 450s. I mean, that Honda TRX 450, yeah, it's a nice bike. It's got nice suspension, but I don't know. I mean, this thing, don't get me wrong, it's a solid bike. I did take it out in the desert and was riding it around for a while, and it rides nice, that's for sure. But I like my 400s. I think the 400s are a lot more of a nimble bike. They're lighter, they're more versatile. This is a race bike. This is meant for just going around the track over and over and over again. So not for me. So we'll get this one cleaned up. Trying to get this one sold by probably within the month. Dune season's coming up, so October 31st is when everybody heads to Dunes for Halloween weekend. So we'll see if we can get some money out of this one. I do got a set of paddles that match those rims, I do believe, front and back. So we'll include those just as a little more enticing deal. So stay tuned. We'll got to replace the steering shaft, the bushing, the air filter, kind of go through it. Got a decal kit for it, like I said. That'll make it look nice. So stay tuned for more videos on this one. All right, today's goal is to swap out these tires. These tires that were originally on the 450 are dry rotted. They hold air, but they're dry rotted. I'm not gonna take a chance sending them out like that. So I picked up some. I picked up these. These are, who makes these? Weize, W-E-I-Z-E. I got those at Amazon. Believe it or not, those are the same tread pattern as the Max Auto. $80 for both of those, I do believe. I'll have to check. But everything else was over $100 for 2 tires. And I didn't want to spend a whole bunch of money on this bike, so I found these. It was literally like $81 for both of those shipped. And they came in a box. They're not all deformed. I brought these up to Big O Tires today, Sunday, because I thought, they could handle the job. But funny thing is, the guy quoted me $53 to dismount, mount, and then dispose of 2 tires. I was like, I go to Discount Tire all the time, and it's $55 to dismount 4 tires, mount 4 tires, and dispose of 4 tires. And then he's like, well, let me see if I wrote this up. It's a new store up by me. Let me see if I wrote this up correctly. So he calls his manager over, and he's all like, yeah, that's right. And I was all like, really? They're just ATV tires. And he's like, oh, what size are they? And I was all like, 10 inches. He says, oh, well, we can't do them. They're too small. I'm like, how do you call yourself Big O Tires if you can't even handle ATV tires? So I went online and looked that they actually sell ATV tires and UTV tires, but if you're not going to be able to mount them for somebody, then what's the point of even selling them? In my mind, he's going to be a big OUT of business pretty soon. So anyway, I brought him home. I was able to just back the truck over him and break the beads. So I'll just pry him off with the tire tools, and we'll get these swapped out. I'll take care of the fronts. Backs look fine. Front pads look all right over here. We should double check those other ones. I know it needs back brake pads, I do believe. Pull this wheel off just to look. Yeah, we're fine over here too. Front ones look alright. Back one, I do believe needs a new one. To double check. In all reality, you could probably just take this one out. Leave that one in there a little bit and just flip it up. See if that's a thing. Oh yeah, don't tell me that fucking line is leaking. What happened there? Why is that leaking? That just break? That just break. Now I gotta buy a brake line too. Are you kidding me? Or is that water? I hope that's water. Whew, I think that's water. That scared the crap out of me. I was all like, yeah, that's water. Thank God. Some power wash in it. I hope. It doesn't feel like see a coolant leak now. Is it the coolant bottle? Yes, coolant bottle's done for. Frick! It was just leaking because it was right side up or upside down. I'll have to check that too. Blow that off and see. Yeah, it's definitely. I don't know, because that's the brake line. That's just the parking brake cable. So yeah, it's definitely water. Definitely water. So I need to pry those tabs back. Should have done that before I took it off.
is a 10, I do believe. Nope, it's a 12. Get those smashed down just a little bit more. See what kind of pads we got in here. Damn, those things are dry. Clean those up for sure. Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit left on that one. Oh, snap. Hopefully we can squeeze that back in. Yeah, I definitely could use some pads. They're not gone, but they're definitely not all there. See if we can squeeze this piston back in a little bit. Hopefully it's not locked up. That's just a good chance it might be. See if it moved any. The clip came out. Go ahead and lube all this up. Which way does this go? I don't know where this came from and how it fell out of there. Let's see. And there's a little tab in there. I bet that caliper's fucking froze. I wonder if that caliper's froze up. Because there's no way. And if I open the bleeder up and then turn it back, let's try that. An 8 or a 7. Nasty stuff. Seems to work better. Just make sure that's tight. Yeah. And I'm gonna spray that out with some brake cleaner real quick just to get that nastiness out of there. I need to flush it, but we'll do that later. Get these bolts back in there. Way down there. All right, let's see if we can get this loose. Just this parking brake. Oh shit. Oh shit. That's what I was afraid of. That's how it always goes, and it snaps off. 12. Yeah. Oh, thank God. See if it goes in. Yeah, let's see if we can get this thing set. Oh my God. I don't even know if that's freaking working. I think that's way too tight. Let's see what happens now. All right, let's set it, and then we'll just adjust it from here. So, I think that'll do. How's that to get undone? And then set again. Needs to be undone just a little bit. All right, let's go with that. Still holds, but it's not too tight. All right, that should do it. I wonder, I wish I had some like fuse like inline fuse covers, like those little rubber ones, because I think those would work great on these fuses over here. I wonder if that'll fit on there. Oh yeah, that works perfect. I don't really need a fuse cover on that. Do I have another one of those? Let's make a sacrifice. I'm not buying more plastic shit. All right, so I'm gonna leave it at that for tonight. Clean this mess up and go get in the shower. I am done. But yeah, I mean, this bike is still a little bit dirty. It needs one more bath, I think. Let's see. Probably needs one more bath. Probably before I put the decals on. So this plastic is a little, so I think this is bent a little bit. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pry that up. It's rubbing there. So I think that's bent down a little bit. I think this thing went on its side for sure. Let's see if I can take a block of wood and a hammer and see if I can bend that up just a little bit, just so the plastic's not riding on it. if that's possible. Don't even know. I wonder if I take these loose. Better. And then these, I'm gonna put new hardware in all these because I feel like those aren't the right ones. Let's see what I got for stuff like that. Like that might be the right one, but I know this one is just a bolt. That is not the right one. There's a 10. Nope, that's a freaking 8. That's 11. And I grab an 11. Ten must be out somewhere. Where's my 10? Where would my 10 be? Oh, it's already on the ratchet. Go through all these and place these as needed. Let's go ahead and get this bike down. I mean, she cleaned up nice, that is for sure. Oh, these would work. They're smaller than that. Yeah, definitely not going to work there. I think if I just go ahead and use the same old ones that I use for like the LTZ, probably will work with the little plastic washer in it. That ain't gonna look that pretty, but I mean, that one, let's see, this one fits through that. You know, it's like I almost need the ones that are just like this. That'll work good. It's definitely gonna need one more bath before we put these decals on. As I'm touching everything and getting it dirty. That looks better. That steering shaft is gonna be fun. Let's prep that. Might as well make myself useful while I'm out here. Get the Phillips going. It's gonna take this off. Definitely not the right screw. Definitely not the right screw. Allen's there. All right, so just kind of prepping everything because I'm gonna have to deal with the steering shaft. And might as well just get it all prepped, and that way I can just jump right into it. Hopefully it's not a pain in the ass, but if it's anything like that KFX 450 I had, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. That's how that one went. That was a pain in the ass. So get this ignition out of here. And then I think I just got some plastic tabs here that I can just pop out. I kind of want to get a gander at this anyway, so if I got to order something else, so be it. I'm definitely going to get rid of these handlebar risers because they're pulling on this clutch lever. That's why it's all dangling like that. Should not be how it should be. I think the other ones were zip tied, weren't they? Oh, come on. Really? It's bullshit. Ah, Jesus Christ. Jiminy criminy. This one's zip tied somewhere. Yeah. I don't know what else. I think that is it. Oh, look at that. That is so easy. Just set this up here. There's a horn on here? Where's that button? That button's gone, huh? This was definitely street legal at some point. Cherry bombs right there. Pop this off. Let's see. See if I need to pop that piece off. I really don't want to, but the seat, I think I might tighten up. I'm sure there's so much water in here because not that bad. What's that gonna entail? 2 clips there. That's not bad. Let's go ahead and get that off too. Might as well just make it easy on myself. Just let that one hang. Yeah, I need to check that coolant reservoir out. Do that while we're under here. I do believe it is under here. I don't know if it's leaking or if it's cracked or what's going on. Let's see here. It's not crispy. I just wonder if it was because it was tipped over. We'll have to keep an eye on that. And I'm gonna get those 2 off. And these aren't even the right clips. They barely fit in there. Barely fit. I'll just replace them with all new ones. Got a new air filter for it. Looks like it's got a uni filter in there, but I don't know if I'm gonna put a uni filter back in this gas. Like, it's borderline. I probably should just flush it out. Yeah, this shaft is bent for sure. All right, it's missing some screws. This needs to be tightened. That's loose, that's loose. I'll probably just tighten that up right now before I forget. And then I am taking stuff off just to tighten it back up. So I'll go ahead and use my trusty little 90-degree screwdriver here. Got the little, oh, it's got a Yoshi cherry bomb on there. For closed cars, comp use only. No, it's not meant for the frickin' road or the forest industry there, so yeah, we'll let that hang there for now. This doesn't look like it's gonna be too bad. So let's get all this upper stuff off. Kind of let that hang. I'm gonna do that by hand because
Thanks for watching the Quadfather ATV channel. Please like, share, comment, subscribe.